What's up, guys? This is Webby, back again for your SmackDown Live review for March 14th, 2017. SmackDown tonight was a good show, very intriguing show with all their upcoming big rivalries heading into WrestleMania 33. The biggest one that they really showcased tonight was AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. Some of you are happy about this rivalry. Some of you are upset about this rivalry because you want to see AJ Styles in the main event in the WWE Championship match. Whether you like this rivalry or not, you can't deny this. WWE did a good job tonight in building up this rivalry for the first time in a very long time, outside of when The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar are in a match facing each other. We actually saw blood tonight on SmackDown. Absolutely. I'll get into why and how in just a little bit. But WWE did a good job building up this rivalry. Miz TV tonight. The Miz and Maurice exposing John Cena and Nikki Bella some more. Supposedly it was supposed to be extravaganza. Miz TV we had never seen before. One we'll never forget. They came out and the Miz and Maurice was the special guest, claiming that Nikki Bella had cost Maurice a contract in the past, cost Maurice money in the past. Maurice said that they used to be best friends. Well, The Miz and Maurice said they're going to get payback on those two. Next thing you know, John Cena and Nikki Bella rushed down towards the ring. Miz and Maurice run off like chickens, cowardly heels, great heels, absolutely fantastic heels. And then Daniel Bryan comes out. Absolutely gold between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Those two dynamics. Daniel Bryan says he wishes that he could wrestle. Everything The Miz does just makes Daniel Bryan want to punch The Miz. The clips that he shows in the past, how he always uses Daniel Bryan's moves very poorly, makes Daniel Bryan want to punch The Miz. All these different types of tactics that The Miz does makes Daniel Bryan want to punch him. So instead of Daniel Bryan doing the punching, The Miz is going to get punched by John Cena and Nikki Bella at WrestleMania 33 in a mixed tag team encounter. So it is official. We're getting that mixed tag match. Nikki Bella and John Cena versus The Miz and Maurice, in which John Cena and Nikki Bella will more likely be victorious. So we can look forward to that. I really wish they would not do, the kind of total divas, total Bellas, that type of talk, that type of acting, to build up this match. That's really the type of direction they're going. But it is making for, some entertainment, but I wish they wouldn't do that throughout the entire build of this rivalry. Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss. This was a pretty entertaining match. Mickie James took one big, huge, hard bump right before the commercial break. Alexa Bliss slid her all the way to the outside. Pretty good contest. But Mickie James did pick up the victory with her Mick kick right there at the very end of the matchup. Building up towards WrestleMania, Mickie James now looks like she has earned her shot for the Women's Championship. So that's the direction they are going. At the very beginning of SmackDown Live, AJ Styles, very irritated, comes out and says that he has had enough of all the political agendas in the WWE, of everybody holding him back from the main event at WrestleMania, from being in WrestleMania, period. How can you be the greatest in the WWE and not have a WrestleMania match? How can you? How can you not be in the main event spot at WrestleMania and be the greatest on the WWE roster, he says. He says, I'm sick of it. So I am going to confront Shane McMahon tonight. So that is what he said he's going to do, and we get all these different clips of him being backstage leading up to that confrontation that we saw later on in the night. Mojo Rawley versus Dolph Ziggler. Nothing matchup. Mojo Rawley picks up the victory. And then AJ Styles, once again, in the back. He sees Shane McMahon, absolutely destroys, brutally attacks, takes out, wipes out Shane McMahon tonight. Absolutely. Shane McMahon comes out of his car and then is walking up, and here comes AJ. AJ hits him, throws him into the wall, punches him a couple times, throws him into the car, and then takes his head and says, "You deserve this," and throws him right into the window. Busts the window wide open, busts the shield wide open, and then we see blood. First time we've seen blood in a long time on TV. I'm really glad that WWE actually let us see that, because it really brings out, a meaner side of AJ Styles, a meaner side of the heel. So very intriguing and makes it more meaningful to the storyline and to the segment itself. So AJ Styles getting some revenge on the Authority tonight. Daniel Bryan tells AJ Styles that he's fired and sends him on his way. Randy Orton comes out and he has a message for Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, he says that he had to join them, and then he was going to find his first chance to get in Bray Wyatt's head, and he's going to take Bray Wyatt down at WrestleMania, take the WWE Championship, doing all these mind games, and then all of a sudden we see Bray Wyatt on the screen, and Bray Wyatt ends up putting Sister Abigail's ashes all over his face, all over his arms, everywhere. I mean, just absolutely, a different dynamic of Bray Wyatt ever since, Sister Abigail was burnt the last time. And, he said that Sister Abigail was a spawn from hell. Very intriguing. Can't wait to see what happens at WrestleMania between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I really hope Bray Wyatt goes over here and he's not one of those people that WWE just says, okay, Bray Wyatt, you get to hold the championship for a month and a half, 2 months between pay-per-views, and you're going to drop it to Randy Orton because we don't think you can carry the load. I really hope they don't do that to Bray Wyatt. American Alpha versus the Usos. Kind of a lackluster match for a main event, but it did get to showcase the tag team division, so I'm happy about that. You know, just building up for the American Alpha's championship matchup. Really, Usos pick up the victory at WrestleMania. That's pretty much what this is building up for, if you ask me. And Becky Lynch beats Natalya. Not too much to say about that. Shane McMahon at the very end comes out and says AJ Styles now officially has opponent at WrestleMania. So, Shane is facing AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33. It's going down. It's going to happen. Now then, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, wanted to mention at the end of this review. And that is what happened last night on Bring It to the Table. Bring It to the Table, okay, had to do with Corey Graves and JBL shoving down the political agenda to us. This show is a good format, okay? This show has, good story to it, to draw our attention, I guess, brought over by that ESPN show, the same type format. However, Corey Graves, number one. Give me a break. You actually think it's fun? You actually think it's fun to cheer Roman Reigns, to boo Roman Reigns? Yeah. To boo Roman Reigns. And then we end up cheering him towards the middle of the match or towards the end of the match. And then at the very end of the match, we remind ourselves, wait a minute, we're supposed to boo him? I'm sorry, Corey Graves. I'm sorry. But no, absolutely not. I don't hear any cheers when I see a Roman Reigns match, really. As far as people standing up, because I remember hearing something like that when I watched it, last night. People standing up for Roman Reigns. WWE clearly has a hard time finding people standing up in the crowd. People don't like this guy whatsoever. He's boring. People don't come to see him. Corey Graves. And JBL says that he is John Cena 2.0 because he's a rock star. Really? Roman Reigns will never be John Cena 2.0. Never. Absolutely not. And the perfect reason why nobody on the roster will ever be a John Cena 2.0 or will never break that big glass ceiling that you have is because the ludicrous statement that JBL made next. And it had to do with Goldberg. JBL, in so many words, was talking about Goldberg and said that back in the Attitude Era, you didn't need to bring back stars, big, huge, main event caliber stars, because you had people like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. But today you have stars, but as long as people like Goldberg draw, then he's always going to be welcome back. You see, to me, that's pretty much saying that your full-time roster today, your talent today, you're pretty much saying that your talent today can't draw. You're pretty much insulting your roster, JBL. And as long as you insult your roster like that, JBL, they will never, ever reach that glass ceiling. Those imaginary brass rings that Vince McMahon, the great all-powerful Vinnie Mac, has. They will never reach those. John Bradshaw Layfield. So you continue to bury the full-time talent roster that you have now. Goldberg coming back, completely understandable. People want to see him. As long as you continue to say that, you're always going to tell your roster, your talent today, that they will never be as good as a Goldberg, as a Brock Lesnar, as an Undertaker, or any other part-time talent. That's disgusting. How pathetic can you be? Bring It to the Table was nothing more than WWE shoving down the political agenda down the WWE Universe's throat. And what do you think we are? Dumb? The only part about that wasn't was Kurt Angle and his part interview. That was the best part that stood out. First few minutes, that's what we had to see. Unbelievable. But that's my rant about Bring It to the Table. SmackDown tonight was a very good show. Not going to complain about that. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe. Facebook at 2007 Webby. Twitter at 2007 Webby. Until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.